Hey everyone, happy Monday to you. This is Jennifer Allwood. I'm so glad to be with you guys. I'm back from Mexico. I'm back to work. I'm actually just working a few hours today and I'm getting ready to take the kiddos to the pool, but I got an interesting email while I was in Mexico that I want to share with you guys and give some of you creative entrepreneurs a little bit of advice and some tips so that you quit kind of being frustrated in your business because you're doing what everybody else is asking you to do, okay? And so for those of you who are maybe new to one of my Facebook Lives, my name's Jennifer Allwood. I teach women how to create a beautiful home and build their creative business. Hello, April. The cookie genius is here. Hey, Melissa, thanks. You know, re-entry is hard. Re-entry is hard. My husband and I discuss this all the time, like when you've been gone just for a little bit and then you got to kind of pop back in and instantly put back on mom hat and work hat, because I literally did not work for 8 days. Re-entry is hard, but here I am. Okay, so here is the email I got, okay? And if you guys will be a blessing and look up this lady's Facebook page when we're done, just to be a blessing to her, okay? So I got an email from a woman named Chandra Randall at Wheatland Avenue Designs. Hi, Kelly. Hey, Nicole. So Wheatland Avenue Designs, you're going to look up on Facebook, okay? And there's several paragraphs, but I just wanted to cut out just a couple. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Kelly. Just a couple lines, okay? So she does sign making, and she's a creative entrepreneur, and she listened to my podcast on burnout. If you guys have not listened to my podcast on burnout, I love talking about burnout because there's ways to use burnout to turn your business around, to refocus, to regroup, to get it together, and to actually turn it into a blessing again, okay? And so she's been really burned out. Here's what she says. Since her business started 3 years ago, I have made everything that everybody else wants me to make. Do any of you guys feel the same way? Like you're doing everything in your business that other people want you to do. I have spent hours poring over designs for signs that I hate. And that just made me want to like come through the email and just hug her, okay? All of my communication is based on what everybody else wants and when they want it, and I feel like I have to give it all away. And here's the kicker, okay? At the beginning of the year, I sat down and realized I've given away 89.11% of everything I make. You guys, there is a better way. Chandra, there is a better way. So I've emailed her back. So she basically says she has traded time with her family, a clean house, her finances, everything, to hustle, to make everything else happy and not make any money off of it, and she's done. Thank you for your teachings. They've blessed me in a short amount of time. And she joined my Inner Circle coaching group, which I was so glad. And she said when she's listened to some of the stuff about burnout, she was literally brought to tears that I've been teaching on. And so I wanted to talk to both Chandra and any of you other women or anyone who is giving away your stuff basically for free, and you're making things in your business that you really don't feel like making anymore, okay? Because I got a couple points. If you're a note taker, take 3 points down, okay? I got a couple thoughts on this, all right? Number one is, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should, okay? Somebody type that in here. Just because you can make something doesn't mean you should. Or just because you can paint something doesn't mean that you should feel like you have to. Just because you can create something doesn't mean that you feel like you have to. I know I've coached another woman who said that she hates doing t-shirts. She hates doing custom t-shirts, but she's been doing them for years and everybody continues to expect her to do them. Oh, Kimberly, God bless you. That is the sweetest thing I've heard all day. Thank you for saying that. I have not probably transformed your whole thought process, but thank you. And so sometimes we get stuck into this thing thinking, well, I'm talented in this area, therefore I probably should. Let me give you a good example. Let me tell you something that I will not paint in our business, okay? Let me tell you something that I hate painting. It has to be a really special reason before I say yes. I hate painting dining room table chairs. Anybody else? Anybody else just detest, you know, the spindled back ones, the ones that are short and they have like 16 spindles in the back, maybe it's only 8, but it feels like nonsense, okay? And so, you know, to paint those things, you just want to like shoot yourself in the foot. You're having to get all in between the spindles and it's just, I just tell people finally, I don't like painting chairs. Very rarely will I ever paint a chair. Just go buy a new chair to the glory of God. Go to Pier 1, get yourself a cute chair, because the ones you're having me paint are not pretty anyway. The style is still ugly. I'm gonna spend 3 hours painting these things. I'm gonna hate myself the whole time I'm doing it. I'm gonna be cussing myself out of my mind because I know I'm not making any money, but I feel like I have to because I've got your table sitting here in front of me, okay? So clearly, Nicole says spindles are the devil, right? Spindles are the devil. And so for you creative people, just because you can do something, can we paint chairs? Absolutely. It doesn't mean that you should. It is okay for you to start using your nose. And you can say no without needing an explanation. Did you know? Did you know that no is a complete sentence? It doesn't require that you tell anybody why. If you feel like it, here's what you can say, okay? Write this down so you don't forget, okay? Because if you present it in a way that makes it sound like, client, I love you. And because I love you, I'm gonna give you the truth, and the truth's gonna actually be better for you, then that sounds so much better than just, no, I hate chairs, okay? So what I would say is, you know what, honestly, sweetie, by the time you pay me to paint these chairs, that are so ugly is what I want to say. No, I don't say that. By the time you pay me to paint these chairs, literally you could have gone to Pier 1, used a coupon, and gotten them for the same price, but they're gonna be so much cuter. They're gonna wear so much longer. They're gonna stay pretty so much longer. You can get, mix and match chairs. Hey, Ruthie. My friend Ruthie Stolson's on here. She's my podcast of the week. I hope you guys have listened to my interview with Ruthie because she's fascinating. She's an author. She's a designer. She is a real life friend, and she's amazing. So hey, Ruthie. But you don't need to feel like you have to do everything in your business. So to Chandra, what I would say to you is, honey, if you don't want to make signs anymore, baby, don't make signs. Do not make signs. I mean, you don't have to be everything for everyone. And figuring out how to get some boundaries in your business is going to empower you and make you feel like more of a rock star, which makes you perform like more of a rock star, okay? This is why they tell you, even when you work from home, that you shouldn't wear, t-shirts and sweats, which I have on today, but you should actually dress up because you'll perform better because you actually feel like you're walking, in authority when you dress the part. Also, when you speak the part and say, you know what? I'm not into chairs. I'm sorry, I love you, but you can go to Pier 1, you can get them cheaper. It actually makes you more respectable even to your clients. They will respect you more for your honesty. Okay, so that's number one. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. Okie dokie? All right. Number two, about 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago, I guess, I put a little rule into place in my business that I really didn't even tell anybody about. We were getting worked to death doing smaller projects, okay? And by smaller projects, I can tell you the straw that broke the camel's back, okay? We got hired in Kansas City to do a faux finish about 45 minutes away on a powder bathroom for a builder, okay? Builder I loved. And so it's a 45-minute drive. So on day one, I took my girls out 45 minutes and we did layer one. I showed them how to do layer one. Day two, I had to drive 45 minutes each way. So again, now I'm in the car for another hour and a half. To do layer two with them. And then day three, I had to come back for another hour and a half. So now I'm up to 4.5 hours in the car plus product. And I remember that I had charged $800 for this little powder bathroom, okay? And you know what, you guys? After that, I was so angry on the inside because I thought, I'm driving all over this city for $800. Now, $800 is a good amount of money. I understand that. However, by the time you figure your time is worth something, and at this point I've spent, 4.5 hours driving, you guys, for $800, okay? 4.5 hours just to drive, not including even the product that I paid, the insurance, the girls that work for me, etc. And I went home and I thought, line in the sand. Line in the sand. I am no longer working outside of my home further than 30 minutes away. That was rule number one I put into place. Rule number two, I will no longer do any projects less than $800. I won't do it. If they want to bring me a piece of furniture and I paint it here in the comfort of my home for less than $800, that's one thing. If they want to bring me a picture frame, that's one thing. But I'm not going to leave my house. I'm not going to leave my kids. I'm not going to leave the comfort of my home and, the availability to just pop in the kitchen and unload the dishwasher if I feel like it, so that I can, barely make anything going 45 minutes away for an $800 powder bath. Okay, come on now. Hey, altar ending hand-painted furniture. You're my favorite for sharing this. If you send me an email to info@themagicbrushinc.com, I will send you a free painting video. Let Vicki know I told you. And so what I want to encourage you guys to do is, it's okay to give yourself some minimums, to say, I'm not going this far away and I'm not working for less than this. It will help save your sanity, because the truth is, you guys, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, if I say no to this $800 powder bath, word's going to get around, people are going to quit hiring me. That's not true. There's a lot of different ways that I teach the girls that I'm coaching that you can still monetize those. So it's not just, no, I won't come 45 minutes away. You could refer other people. Make a commission off of that. There's ways that you can hire somebody just to go without you, so that you're not having to do the 4.5 hours of travel, but they'll go do it for you. Okay. And so it doesn't have to just be no. It can be, I'm not interested in doing that, but I know somebody else that would be, and you can still monetize that somehow. All right. And so we put the minimum in place almost 4 years ago. I will not go further than 30 minutes away, and I will not go out of the house for less than $800 for a powder bathroom. Talia says, what about when you're starting out to get your name out there? Talia, when you're just starting out, people will manipulate you and use you if you're not savvy. And I hate to tell you that, but I cannot tell you how many designers I worked for free 17 years ago because they were going to make me famous, or whatever, or we're going to get this in a magazine, or it's going to be on the parade of homes, and you're going to get hired left and right. Very little of that panned out. And I was operating out of a space of fear, because I had just started out, and I thought, okay, I'm just starting out. People are asking me to do things. I need to be saying all the yeses. And you guys, you'll work yourself into a tizzy behaving that way. You will. And the truth is, every time you're doing that stuff for 45 minutes away, for less money than what you should be, and for people that are manipulating you, you end up just getting mad at yourself on the inside, because you shouldn't be doing it. Your gut is the very best tool you have in your business. Whenever you've got a stomach ache, that is your warning sign. Okay? As the Holy Spirit telling you, girlfriend, get out of Dodge here. You are worth more than that, and you need to respect yourself more than that. And so, Talia, I would say to you, when you're just in the beginning, right off the bat, decide that you want Target clients and not Walmart. And say some no's, girlfriend. It'll get you much more respect. You'll respect yourself much more. You won't be working for virtually free. I mean, if you're going to work for free, somebody, do it for your friends and family. Don't do it for somebody that's hiring you for next to nothing. Powerful. Thanks, Lauren. I got point number 3. You ready? Point number 3. I kind of already talked about it. That you can either say no, or you can outsource it, or you can refer it on to somebody else, or there's a million different ways that you can work it so that you're still making some money off of the potential things that are coming your way, but that you're not like just in this. Some of you feel like you are a hamster on a wheel. Am I right? You feel like you are just working and barely breaking even. Like you're working as much as you can possibly in a day. It's 14 and 16-hour days. And you're like, why the heck do I still have no money in my bank account? I know this is true because I was there at one point. And that's why I had to start doing things different for my business. Right, Ashley? God bless you, honey. I had to start doing things different because I thought I am working myself thin. I am working way too stinking hard. It makes me want to cuss. Way too stinking hard to have no more money than this in the checking book. I mean, there has to be a better way. And so 4 years ago was when I started taking my stuff online, because I knew that there's only so many people in Kansas City in a 30-minute radius who will hire me for more than $800. But there's the entire world who, if I show them how to do things online, people in Australia can hire me, and Ireland can hire me. I have girls in my inner circle who are from Australia and from Ireland, and many from Canada. And so you can get customers and clients all over the world when you do it that way. And so just know that there is a different way, okay? And so I was so like heartbroken when I read this from Chandra, but I'm also so glad that she's gotten some revelation. And she's, the fact that she said she was in tears after listening to one of my teachings, I'm like, well, God bless you, girlfriend, first of all. But number 2, I'm just so proud of her that she's putting some boundaries in place in her business so she doesn't lose her ever-loving mind. Because when you are boundaryless in your business, people are going to abuse the heck out of you, number 1. Number 2, you're going to become bitter about the very gift that God gave you. You know, he could have made you an astronaut. He could have made you a stinking dentist. He could have made you anything. He made you creative. He gave you the ability to take something that's ugly and make it stinking gorgeous. And it's just as valuable as all of those other things. And so, it's funny because creative people are the only ones that abuse their own talents. like this. You never see a dentist saying, well, I hate putting on braces, but I guess I'll go ahead and do it because, you know, my client's asking me to. Oh, heck no. They're like, I don't do that. I don't do braces. You got to go pay $5,000 over here. You got to go give your soul over here. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay for you to say, Chandra, anybody else, you know what? I no longer make signs. Here, talk to my sign girl over here. Talk to Jenny Ingram, who I did on a podcast. You can hire Jenny, and then you could work out something with Jenny. Hey, if I'm sending clients your way, you know, can you do something for me or what have you? Sherry, thank you for sharing. But don't feel like just because you can't do something that you should. One of the very best things you can do for your business is figure out what you stinking hate. And Danielle Rowe, creative, is in here. Danielle has figured out things she hates in her creative business, and she has crossed them out, haven't you, Danielle? Because I've coached Danielle. And there's things that she thought initially, I think I want to do this. And then she was like, now that I'm in it, forget it. Tap it out over here. Tap it out. Like a WWF wrestler tapping out on some stuff. That's one of the ways God works us into what we really truly are supposed to be doing, by eliminating stuff left and right. Okay, I know it's not this. Tried this. This stinks. Tried this. This wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Tried this. Thought it was going to be a moneymaker. It's a time stealer. My family hates me. I can't stand it. I can't stand myself when I'm making it. You know, those sorts of things. When you can eliminate every no that you get in your business brings you one step closer to a yes. T says, rather than saying no, I just stopped offering to add custom embroidery. There you go. The other thing that people can do. T, you just joined my inner circle too, didn't you? I think you did last week. I think so. And what did you just say? You want to be me, Beth, bless your heart. I just had a, darn it, I'm going to call it menopause mind when I have a point and I forget it. Oh, you were talking about embroidery. One of the other things that I've coached girls to do is you can quit doing custom orders. Some people hate custom orders. Like they get a buffet the client brings to them and the client wants them to paint it, colors that they hate or whatever. And I've told them, stop doing it. Buy your own buffet, paint it, put it on Craigslist. I'm not a Craigslist fan. Better to put it on Facebook Marketplace, and I train about this in my inner circle, and because it's a totally different clientele on Facebook Marketplace and what it is on Craigslist. And so just make what you stinking want and go put it where you want. Go put it where you want instead of having to do all this custom stuff for people. Because the thing with creative people is one of the reasons we're different than every other business is because when you're creative, if you hate what your client is asking you to do, if you hate it, they're asking you to do something that's lime green with yellow polka dots and you're like, barf, barf. It shows up in your work because your heart's just not there. It's way better for you just to custom make whatever you want to and for you to go sell it than to try to have somebody put on you what they want you to do and you hate it and it doesn't turn out the way you want it to anyway. Does that make sense? I am preaching, Casey. Amen. So my inner circle can be found at themagicbrushinc.com/inner circle. It's $47 a month. I've had many people join in the last month because if you join this month, you do get my Pinterest training for free. So for those of you who are interested in learning how to do Pinterest, that's a $77 value right there. So join my inner circle this month and you do get that. T, here's what I say. The customer is not always right, but they are always paying. Right? The customer's not always right, but they're always paying you. And so, so for that reason, there's ways that you've got to handle things with care. But it's so okay to say I no longer do X, Y, Z. Jody, we have all types of creative people in there. Okay, we have designers in there. We have people that own a dog company in there. We have people that own a cleaning company in there. We have painters, jewelry makers, wreath makers. What else do we have? I'm thinking. We have tons of different creative people. Beth, go look at my sales page at themagicbrushinc.com/inner circle. You get 3 trainings from me every month, plus a live phone call with me every month. We have 250 women and 1 man in there. And I teach you how to make money online with your creative abilities so that you guys are no longer hamsters on a wheel. Because ain't nobody got time for that. It will drive you to drink. This is water. It'll drive you to give up your stinking gifts because you just can't even handle it anymore. When you feel like you're working 14 to 16-hour days and getting nowhere, you eventually feel like, screw it, I should just go work at McDonald's. And a lot of creative people do. And it breaks my heart every time I see it happen because you're way too talented. You just need a new way of doing old things. Sandra says, best money you spend on your business. Oh, yay, Sandra. I'm so glad you're in my inner circle. I appreciate you. Denise says, you have a cleaning company. You're a hamster on the wheel. Denise, you need to be outsourcing your booty off, girlfriend. I met a guy in La Jolla, California last year. Hey, Noah, tell the girls Mama will be ready in 2 minutes. We're going to the pool. Who owned a cleaning company, and all he did was he was the owner, and he did none of the cleaning. Outsource, outsource, outsource. And you need to be doing the same thing. Your time is not best spent cleaning toilets. And that's a breakthrough. That's just a word for somebody there. And you apply that to your own business. The way you can bless your business the most is not Windexing the mirrors. That is not where your business needs you the most. You possibly have tons of opportunities out there, but you can't spread yourself any thinner because you can only be in one house at one time. Am I right? So instead, if you teach people how to clean their own house, you could do tons of info products on cleaning. Or if you have teams, like I do in my painting business, that go out and do houses for you, you're still making an income off that, and you just sit behind a desk and you do the marketing, and you do this sort of thing, and you do the website, and you figure out how to get your business in front of more people. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah, I think everything I teach is applicable to multiple businesses. I always kind of come from the creative side, though, because that's how my brain is wired, and that's where I feel like my gifting is at. But thank you. I believe it's applicable. If you need help in social media, if you need help on a website, if you need help on figuring out how to get people to opt into your website, if you don't even know what that is, you would so fit right in my inner circle. So, all right, guys, I'm going to take the kids to the pool. I'll put a link here. Actually, the link was in the title. If you're interested in joining us this month, do it before the end of the month, because then you get the Pinterest training for free. Okie dokie, artichoke. All right, bless you guys. Thanks for being here.